What is going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So we're going to break down the indexes very quickly in this one, as it is about 1:30 p.m. right now on the East Coast, and we're going to break down 5 companies that I'm looking at right now, all of which just reported earnings. So we're going to break down the earnings and, of course, the charts from these companies, right? So hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and you might as well get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo, each up to $2,000, guys, and check out Interactive Brokers. All of those links are down below. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So let's go into now what is going on here with these indexes very quickly, as again, it's about 1:30 p.m. and we are over halfway through the day now. So we are seeing a lot of green across the board, which you can't complain about that, right, guys? The Russell's up 1%, NASDAQ's up 1.3%, S&P's up 0.8%, as the Dow's up, let's see, about 0.2%, and we have the VIX down 0.75%. So not much. And of course, the VIX is pretty low, historically speaking, here at about 13 points, but we're not going to get into that in this video. So all-time high was hit today on SPY. We hit $512. You guys can see right here, we've pretty much been uptrending all day. You guys can see that pretty clearly here, right? So all-time high on SPY and triple Q as well. You can see we hit 445.50 or 445.40 rather. So all-time high across the board here, maybe for the Dow as well. Let me see here, guys. What's going on with the Dow today? So it looks like we hit 39.05. So no, we're not at an all-time high on the Dow quite yet, but we're about 200 points away, 230 points away. So we'll see how that plays out. So obviously the bulls are still in charge. The Russell's now breaking out of the highs from a couple of weeks ago, which is great, from the end of 2023. So we could be seeing more upside there on the Russell. So with that being said, guys, let's dive into these 5 stocks, 5 companies, all of which just reported earnings, and let's break them down. So the first one is SoundHound, which you guys probably saw. Ticker symbol SOUN. You guys may or may not have seen my video a couple of weeks ago about this one, which, of course, hindsight's 2020, but I wish I frickin' bought it when I made that video. But we talked about how NVIDIA had a substantial position. I forget, how much they owned of SoundHound and all the details right now off the top of my head, but they owned some SoundHound, and all of a sudden it started taking off. A couple of weeks ago. You guys can see here, if I zoom in a bit, we hit $2.30 on the 14th of February. We shot up to then about $4 about a week and a half ago. Then we hit $8 just a couple of days ago. I mean, geez, guys, this thing pretty much 6-7x'd in the span of a couple of weeks. And then we just got earnings, and now the stock's pulling back 20%, which, I mean, still, it's holding an uptrend, obviously. We're still up big time from the past couple of weeks, but we are pulling back a bit here, guys. So let me see what's going on. We got the numbers, I believe, yesterday. So SoundHound, and I can say the name, obviously, but it's kind of a tongue twister. Say it a bunch of times. SoundHound. I don't know. Maybe it's not a tongue twister. Maybe I'm just an idiot, guys. I don't know. Let's see here. Where the heck are these numbers? Where are these numbers? Here we go, guys. So it looks like SoundHound AI sees exceeding $100 million in revenue for 2025. So that news came out yesterday. They see 2024 revenue of $63 million to $77 million versus the $69 million expected. And again, they see 2025 revenue exceeding $100 million, which is huge. So it looks like here they ended up losing 7 cents on the quarter, which missed the loss of 6 cents expected. All right, slight miss there. And they missed on sales $17.14 million versus $17.74. So double miss for SoundHound. And again, the guidance is looking pretty decent, but the fact that they double missed, that's probably why we're selling off here. And again, we shot up so aggressively heading into earnings, guys. I mean, come on, this thing was $1.70 just 3 weeks ago. We were at $8 a couple of days ago. So Yeah, earnings, I mean, if it's priced to perfection pretty much, and earnings come out and they miss EPS, revenue, and they miss both, which in this case they did, the stock's going to sell off most likely considering how much it's gone up. And with that being said, again, we're still holding an uptrend. This could, for all we know, be a nice dip buy. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but on SoundHound, for all we know, we could rebound from, after this pullback. We shall see. So that's SoundHound AI. Keep your eyes on it, as of course AI is, the talk of the town these days, right? And it has been for quite some time. So we also had earnings out of Dell, which this stock's up a whopping 28%. I mean, I didn't think I would ever say that in the same sentence, Dell and up 28%. But hey, here we are. Dell stock's up 28% on the day. And it looks like here, let's pull it up. I don't think I covered this yesterday, did I? If I did, my mistake. I might have tweeted about it. By the way, follow me on X at Stas Talk Stocks. That's linked down below. Make sure to go shoot me a follow. But it looks like here Dell reported adjusted EPS of 220, which crushed the $1.73. Holy smokes. And they also beat on revenue, $22.3 billion versus $22.16 billion expected. So they beat EPS and they beat on revenue, and they increased their dividend, holy crap, by 20%. So I'm not a big dividend guy at this point in my life, but if you're a dividend investor, you're loving that. The 20% increase to $1.78 per share, which is awesome. That's the annual cash dividend. And let's see here, guys. Looks like guidance, anything here on guidance? I'm not seeing anything on guidance quite yet, but we are noticing JP Morgan raises Dell price target to $125 from $100, so that's a big increase there. JP Morgan maintains overweight rating. Citigroup adjusted their price target to $125 from $92. They have a buy rating on it. Let's see, Bernstein to $120 from $90. They have an outperform. So pretty much all these big institutions, guys, they're bullish. They're raising their price target, and the stock, combined with the beat on EPS and revenue, the nice beat, it's going ballistic at this point. And maybe their guidance was strong. It had to have been, which I'm not seeing it here, but I'm just speculating. It must have been good. This stock is going haywire. And again, I can't even remember the last time I've seen, if I even have ever seen, Dell stock up 30% in a day. But hey, man, there it goes. There it goes, and it's breaking out. Awesome. Love it. But am I FOMOing into it? Not necessarily, but of course, I'm watching it here in the short term. So Fubo is one that we just got earnings out of, I believe, this morning, which it's a $2 stock. Keep that in mind, guys. It is down about 5% on the day, but we did get earnings out of Fubo. Looks like they did sales of $410 million, which beat the $397 million expected. That's solid. Looks like Fubo's North America business closed Q4 with 1.61 million paid subscribers, roughly 29% year-over-year revenue growth. Not bad, not bad. Looks like Fubo TV expects 1.66 to 1.68 million paid subscribers in 2024. Can't complain there. What's their EPS? All right, they beat EPS, negative 17 cents versus the loss of 31 cents expected. And again, sales came in at 410 versus 397 million. So not bad, guys, not bad for Fubo. Looks like average revenue per user up 15% year over year. It's at $86.65. Is that on? Yeah, that's for Q4. So yeah, not bad numbers for Fubo. Looks like we did pump. It looks like it did pump originally to looks like to 250, but now we went down to about 185, spiked again to about 205. Now we're down to 195. So Fubo's not looking the best right now, guys. Not going to lie. It tried breaking out of that 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. It failed. Now we're pretty much free falling again. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not in it, nor do I plan on buying it. But I'm watching it regardless. And we also got earnings out of Plug Power. So these last couple ones here, guys, that we're going to talk about, they're pretty risky, but they just reported earnings, so might as well talk about them, right? So Plug Power reported their stock's up 7%. Let's see. They did. Are their earnings even here, guys? Oh my gosh, they might not even be on the live news tab, which in that case, actually, no, wait. They are. Don't worry. They are. GAAP EPS, they lost $2.30, which missed the loss of $1.61 expected. Holy crap. And sales also missed $891 million versus $900 million expected. So missed EPS, missed on sales, and I'm not seeing anything on guidance necessarily. Let's see here. Yeah, not really seeing anything on guidance, but looking at the chart here on Plug Power, guys, it's quite it's not in the best spot. Let's just say that it's quite vulnerable, I would say, at this point. We do have a descending triangle. You guys see that clear as day on the 4-hour chart. So if Plug Power dumps under $3 into the twos, man, it could start getting ugly for that one. And Fisker, which I haven't talked about in years probably on this channel, it's kind of unfortunate, man. Fisker is not looking good. It's not trending in the right direction. And clearly, the stock was at $7 per share. Now it's at 43 cents. So whenever a stock's down that big, yeah, there's problems with the business, right? And yeah, Fisker's been around for quite some time. I haven't been keeping track of the company, to be honest. It's kind of been one that I looked into a couple of years ago, but since then, really, again, I haven't looked into it. But clearly, there's problems under the hood. Let's put it that way. No pun intended, right? Considering they make cars, right? So, the stock's down from 7 to 43 cents. They just reported numbers, and their stock's down 40% on the day. So not only is it down from $7 back in October to now 43 cents, it's down 40% on the freaking day, guys. Come on. This thing is just getting destroyed. So Fisker, at this point, they're probably going to go out of business. Let's be honest. This is not looking good at all. Maybe they already announced that they're going out of business. I don't freaking know. But it looks like here they missed EPS massively. Oh, my goodness. They lost $1.23. The estimate was negative 17 cents. So the estimate was for them to lose 17 cents. They lost $1.23, and sales came in at $200 million. That missed the $310 million expected. So EV demand is softening, no doubt about it, right? We're noticing that in some of these companies, although they're still obviously, their sales are booming. Tesla, BYD, a lot of these other companies out there, obviously their sales are booming, but demand is slowly not coming to a halt, obviously, but it's slowing down a bit. And if we're noticing that in Tesla and BYD and some of these other massive companies, right, what do you think's going to happen to Fisker, man? It's not going to be pretty, in my opinion. And again, total revenue, $200 million. That missed the $310 million expected. So this is one that I would not touch with a 10-foot pole personally. But we're just covering it here again because earnings came out. Might as well cover it. And you can see on the 3-year chart, Fisker was once a $30 stock. I think they went public in 2020, right? Or no, wait, they were public for a while. It looks like 2019 or maybe 2018. Either way, shot to about $31 back in March 2021, about 3 years ago. And look how crazy that, things could turn around. In 3 years, the stock went from $32 to 43 cents. That's a 99% drop pretty much. What do you guys think about these stocks, the earnings, the markets? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. And you might as well get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo. Fund your account with at least $100 using that link down below. You get 5 stocks and fund it with at least $1,000. You get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks, and each of those could be valued up to $2,000. So guys, get on it. Use that link down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you later.